Imagine a world beyond our own, where beings of fire and air, known as Jinn, live among us yet remain hidden from our sight. But what if one of them decided to speak out, sharing secrets from the unseen world? In this exclusive interview, a journalist has a once-in-a-lifetime encounter with a Muslim jinn named Ibn Kanjur, shedding light on the mysteries of the jinn realm. In his book, Haris Sahafi, Muhammad Isa Dawood, an Egyptian journalist, documents this eye-opening conversation, revealing astonishing insights into the nature of jinn. What do they think about the world we live in? How do they view humans, and what role do they play in our lives? How does the Islamic perspective on jinn align with their own views? This rare encounter not only provides answers but challenges everything we know about the supernatural. Drawing from the Quran and Hadith, Ibn Kanjur offers his perspective on life, death, and the afterlife, inviting us to reconsider our place in the vast cosmos. Stay tuned as we dive deep into this thought-provoking interview, exploring the boundaries between the physical and the spiritual world. The truth might be closer than we think. Welcome to Ancient Alien Secrets. In today's video, we uncover a fascinating chapter from the book, Haris Sahafi, written by Egyptian journalist Muhammad Isa Dawood. This book is not just a collection of stories, it documents a rare and extraordinary event, an interview with a Muslim jinn named Ibn Kanjur. For centuries, jinn have been a part of Islamic belief, mentioned in the Quran and Hadith as supernatural beings created from smokeless fire. While they are invisible to the human eye, their presence is believed to be felt in many ways. But what happens when a jinn decides to speak openly about his world? What do they know about the afterlife, humans, and the unseen forces that govern our lives? In this interview, Ibn Kanjur reveals profound insights into the nature of jinn, the hidden spiritual world, and their interactions with humans. This conversation goes beyond folklore, offering a deeper understanding of our universe, from a perspective that bridges the seen and unseen. Stay tuned as we explore this remarkable encounter, rooted in Islamic teachings, and uncover the secrets of the jinn world. In this unique interview from Haris Sahafi, by Muhammad Isa Dawood, the journalist sits down with a Muslim jinn named Ibn Kanjur, a supernatural being who reveals insights into the world of jinn. This conversation covers a wide range of topics, including the nature of jinn, their creation, their interaction with humans, and what awaits them in the afterlife. Let's dive into the fascinating exchange between Dawood and Ibn Kanjur, as they discuss everything from the unseen realms to the everyday life of a jinn. Dawood. Ibn Kanjur, can you tell us about your creation? How were you created, and what makes you different from humans? Ibn Kanjur. I was created by Allah Almighty, just as all jinn are. We are made from smokeless fire, unlike humans who are made from clay. Our nature is different in that we have the ability to shape-shift, to travel quickly, and to be invisible to humans. We live in a world parallel to yours, unseen by your eyes, but we interact with your world more often than you might think. Dawood. So, your world is parallel to ours. How do jinn perceive the human world? Ibn Kanjur. Yes, our world is not entirely separate, but it is invisible to human eyes. We can see your world, but you cannot see ours. We exist in a state that is somewhat beyond your sensory perception. We observe you, but you rarely notice us. Some of us interact with humans more directly, while others remain in the background, merely observing. Dawood. In Islamic teachings, jinn are often mentioned in the Quran and Hadith. How do you see yourself in relation to those teachings? Are they true? Ibn Kanjur. The Quran and Hadith are absolutely true. They are the words of Allah Almighty, and they reveal much about our existence. As jinn, we are accountable for our actions, just as humans are. We have free will, and we are guided by the same laws of morality as humans. We are also tested by Allah Almighty, and we face judgment on the Day of Judgment. Dawood. In the Quran, jinn are mentioned as being both good and bad. Can you explain the differences between the two? Ibn Kanjur. Yes, there are both good and bad jinn, just as there are good and bad humans. The good jinn follow the teachings of Islam and obey Allah Almighty. They are believers, and they seek to do good in the world. The bad jinn, on the other hand, are rebellious and refuse to obey the commands of Allah. They are followers of Satan, and seek to lead humans astray. It is important to understand that, just like humans, we jinn are not inherently good or evil. We have the choice to follow the right path or the wrong path. Dawood. So, are there jinn who try to influence or harm humans? Ibn Kanjur. Yes, there are jinn who seek to harm humans. These are the evil ones who align themselves with shaitan and try to lead people astray. Some of us can possess humans, cause illness, or even create mischief in their lives. However, it is important to note that not all jinn seek to harm humans. In fact, many of us try to help, guide, and protect good humans who are on the path of righteousness. Dawood. What is your view on the afterlife? What happens to jinn after death? Ibn Kanjur. Just like humans, we jinn are accountable for our actions in the afterlife. We will be judged based on our deeds. If we have obeyed Allah Almighty and followed the teachings of the Quran and Hadith, we will be rewarded with eternal peace and happiness in paradise. However, if we have chosen to disobey Allah and followed the path of shaitan, we will be punished and sent to hell. The afterlife for jinn is very much like the afterlife for humans in that regard. Dawood. So, the concept of heaven and hell is the same for jinn as it is for humans. Ibn Kanjur. Yes, exactly. We are no different in this regard. Our actions determine our fate in the afterlife, just as your actions determine yours. Paradise is a place of peace, beauty, and eternal happiness for those who have lived righteous lives. Hell, on the other hand, is a place of punishment and suffering for those who have chosen to follow the wrong path. Dawood. Jinn are often associated with supernatural phenomena like possession, hauntings, and curses. Can you explain why this happens? Ibn Kanjur. There are a variety of reasons why jinn might interact with humans in such ways. Some jinn possess humans or cause harm because they are rebellious and malicious, following the path of shaitan. Others might do so out of anger or frustration, particularly if a human has wronged them. However, it is also important to note that not all supernatural events are caused by jinn. Some are natural occurrences, and not everything that is unexplained should be attributed to us. Dawood. How can humans protect themselves from harmful jinn or other supernatural influences? Ibn Kanjur. The best protection for humans is to follow the teachings of Islam, to stay close to Allah Almighty, and to seek refuge in Him. Reciting certain verses from the Quran, such as Ayat-ul-Kursi, Surah Al-Falaq, and Surah An-Nas, can provide protection from harmful jinn. Praying regularly, maintaining a strong connection with Allah, and avoiding sinful behavior are key in keeping away from the influence of bad jinn. Seeking the protection of Allah Almighty is the ultimate safeguard. Dawood. As a jinn, how do you view humans? What do you think about our world? Ibn Kanjur. Humans are complex beings. You have free will, and that is both a blessing and a curse. You have the ability to choose your path, whether for good or evil. Many of you struggle with the temptations of this world, but there are also many among you who are righteous and dedicated to following the path of Allah. I view humans with a sense of awe, for your potential is great. You can either uplift yourselves or destroy yourselves based on the choices you make. Your world is full of distractions, and it is easy to lose your way. But with faith and guidance, you can overcome anything. Dawood. Ibn Kanjur, do you have a message for humanity? What should we be aware of when it comes to the unseen world? Ibn Kanjur. My message to humanity is simple. Always remember Allah Almighty and follow the teachings of the Quran and Hadith. The unseen world is real, and it is filled with both good and evil forces. Be mindful of your actions and avoid falling into the traps of shaitan and his followers. The path of righteousness is clear, and if you stay on it, you will be protected from the harm of the unseen world. Remember that your life is a test, and how you live it will determine your fate in the afterlife. The interview with Ibn Kanjur, as recorded in Haris Sahafi, provides a unique glimpse into the world of jinn, offering insights that align with Islamic teachings. From their creation to their role in the unseen world, jinn like Ibn Kanjur remind us of the importance of faith, good deeds, and the protection of Allah Almighty. As humans, we are not alone in our world, we share it with beings beyond our perception. But by staying true to the teachings of Islam, we can protect ourselves from any harm and navigate this life with wisdom and grace. Are you fascinated by the mysterious world of jinn, the unseen beings that coexist with us? Well, you're not alone. The interview between Muhammad Isa Dawood and Ibn Kanjur, a Muslim jinn, opens doors to a hidden world that many don't fully understand. You might have heard of jinn in Islamic teachings or even in pop culture, but this conversation takes it to a whole new level. We're diving deep into the lives of jinn, how they were created, what makes them different from humans, and how they navigate the afterlife, just like us. But wait, there's more. You won't want to miss out on Ibn Kanjur's thoughts on life after death, the reality of heaven and hell for jinn, and the surprising connection between jinn and humans. Have you ever wondered how jinn influence our lives, or why some people experience paranormal events? This interview reveals it all. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had any strange experiences or felt like you were being watched by something you couldn't see? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to share your theories about jinn and their connection to us. Also, if you're new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. By subscribing, you're joining a growing community that loves exploring the mysteries of the world. Your engagement helps the channel grow, and it keeps bringing you more exciting content. Let's get the conversation going. Leave a comment, share this video with your friends, and let's dive deeper into this fascinating world together. As the interview between Muhammad Isa Dawood and Ibn Kanjur drew to its peak, Dawood couldn't hold back the most pressing question on his mind. What is the greatest challenge for your kind, Ibn Kanjur? The jinn paused, his tone growing serious. Our greatest test mirrors that of humans, the battle against arrogance and the temptation to stray from the path of Allah Almighty. Many of us fall prey to pride, thinking our powers make us superior. But our strength is meaningless without submission to Allah Almighty's will. Dawood, intrigued, asked another piercing question. What do jinn think of humans? Ibn Kanjur replied with a blend of honesty and humility. Some of us envy you, for Allah Almighty has made you His Khalifa on earth. Others admire your capacity for compassion, something many jinn lack. But sadly, some of my kind seek to exploit human weaknesses, leading them astray. Finally, Dawood posed the question that had been lingering throughout their exchange. What would you advise humans to do to protect themselves from evil jinn? Ibn Kanjur's voice softened. Seek refuge in the Quran. Recite Surah Al-Baqarah, Ayat-ul-Kursi, and the Muawwidatan, Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nas. These verses are a shield, impenetrable to those of evil intent. As their conversation concluded, Dawood was left in awe. Ibn Kanjur's insights were not only profound but also a reminder of the shared trials between humans and jinn. The jinn's final words echoed in his mind. We are tested as you are. But in the end, it is faith, humility, and obedience to Allah Almighty that determines our fate. The revelations from this interview serve as a reminder for all of us, seen and unseen, human and jinn, that our lives are intertwined in ways we can scarcely comprehend. As we conclude this extraordinary journey into the unseen, the conversation between Muhammad Isa Dawood and Ibn Kanjur leaves us with profound lessons. Through Ibn Kanjur's words, we've gained insight into the challenges and beliefs of jinn, their struggles with faith, and their connection to humanity. It's a stark reminder that while our worlds are different, the ultimate purpose, to serve and obey Allah Almighty, remains the same. This interview not only bridges the gap between humans and jinn but also emphasizes the power of the Quran as our ultimate shield against unseen forces. So, as we part ways, let's reflect on the guidance within our own lives. What steps are we taking to strengthen our connection with Allah Almighty and protect ourselves from spiritual harm? Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more fascinating stories, and stay tuned as we uncover more ancient mysteries.